Hey Stampin' friends, welcome to the Joyous Stamping with Rachel. I'm Rachael Coon and it's our Fun Fold Friday. Today I'm making a really fun half flip Halloween back card using 3 of our Stampin' Up items from the mini catalog. Go to a whole lot flip and we'll get started. All right, if you guys can see everything okay. And let me show you today's card. Be sure to comment during our live today if you're watching right now, because one lucky person comments will get today's card. All right, so this card is kind of like a smorgasbord of all the Halloween, or at least all my favorite Halloween items from the mini catalog. And it's awesome. It was created or shared to me from a lady named Melissa from Minnesota. I don't even know her last name, but she shared a video of how to make this and I thought it was really cool. She didn't have a name for it though, so I'm gonna kind of call it the half flip and you'll see why. So here's our front, and when I go ahead and open it up, I have that part, center circle part right here that flips open so I can see it now both in the inside and on the front as well. It is pretty awesome. If you see it like that, we've created like this cool little tunnel in the middle. It's great. It will fold flat and you can ship it in your mail. All right, let me go ahead and show you some of the products I'm using for this one. So if you want to make it, you can totally make it yourself at home. So let me set this right here. I'm using the Sparkle of the Season stamp set for our Happy Halloween and these cute little bats. This one I love, and this is going to be part of my Stamp Camp stamp set because it has 3 different holidays in this one. So I love that there's more than just one thing that can be made with this stamp set alone. Also, it has some great dies with it. Let me show you the dies. These are the seasonal swirl dies, which are currently on back order until the 1st of October, or that first week of October. But these dies are so awesome, and they have these extras, like a little cute pumpkin, these leaves, has this awesome leaves here. We're using the star one for Halloween, and this cute little bat as well. And then there's even some Christmas more shapes there, and check out that broom. I wanted to add that to this one, but I'll save it for next time because I love that broom. Super fun. And then, of course, we have our Frightfully Cute stamp set, which we are using the moon from this one. And if you didn't have the other stamp set, you could use that same for the inside, and even this little bat here instead of the bats we're using from the other one. All right, I think those are all for the supplies. Let me go ahead and show you the 2 most basic things to this card. So there's the card base, and then there's the card inside. This is the inside part. It's the Highland Heather, and I'll have all these measurements for you over on my blog. I'll try to say some of them if I remember them, but if not, then don't worry, they'll be on my blog. I have 2 pieces of the DSP, and you can flip it to either side, and they are different sizes. So it just depends on what you want, but they'll be, one will be glued here, and one will be glued there, or vice versa. I will have it flipped that way and that way. So super awesome and easy just to decorate it with the paper. If you want to do stamping instead and didn't have this paper, which is the Cute Halloween DSP, that's a part of a whole nother suite. Then you can just stamp there instead if you don't have the DSP. All right, this is the inside piece, and let me show you how the card base looks. So I already did some prep work for us. This is a regular basic black card base. That's the 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4, and I glued the DSP on around the edges. I left the center empty, and then I used my circle dies and I die cut out this cute little DSP and the black circle. This one you can save, set aside, and use for another card. This one we're going to use for today's card as well, so keep that one handy. All right, let me go ahead and use our bone folder for this one. And like I said, remember just to avoid the center when you glue on that DSP. Okay. And then what we need to do is stamp on our piece here before we get it all attached and ready to go. And then we'll do some embellishing of our center circle. I did go ahead and already stamp this in the pumpkin pie, and I die cut that out also from that other stamp. And I also have our cute little bat here, which I use the black glimmer paper for, so he's already shiny without me doing anything else to him. So he's super cute. All right, let's grab our Memento black ink, and let's stamp the Happy Halloween. And you'll notice that there are the skinnier side and the wider side, and that's going to help you know where to stamp on this one. So we are going to go next to the wider side here on the far right side. So if I flip this one over, you can see there's a difference in distance. So this is the one that we want to stamp on, the widest one. We're going to go ahead and grab our Happy Halloween, ink that up in that basic black, and stamp it top center of that last panel, like that. Perfect. Close that up, and then grab your Highland Heather, which is great. It's like a lighter shade of purple than our Gorgeous Grape. I usually use Gorgeous Grape for our Halloween cards because it's a darker, richer purple, but this one turned out perfect for this one, and it matched our DSP, so that's a win-win. All right, here's our cute little bats. Go ahead and ink those up carefully and stamp some on top. And without inking again, go ahead and put some more on this side here. Cute, cute, cute. You can even add more to the bottom if you want to. And I chose bats just because it matched with the DSP. If you wanted a different kind of DSP, you could totally flip it over and do either that black one, or there's lots of other ones from that set as well. Okay, let's grab our bone folder and let's start folding this the way we need it to go. So fold in that way, fold it back on the score here, and one more here. And let's see if we did that right. That's looking good. Yes. All right, so we're gonna grab this back in our card base, and we're only gonna put adhesive on this score side on the back. So just where we just stamped this bigger piece here, we're gonna add some adhesive. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Stampin' Still Plus and put it on there, just a couple strips. And then you need to hold this paper so that way it looks like it's 4 inches. So it has this part going across because it's going to help us know where to lay it down. You see how I want a border on all sides of this one, on the top and the bottom and a little bit on the edge. So we'll get that right about there and put it down. All right, looks great. Let's go ahead and add our DSP now. I think I am going to flip it. So I'm going to put the candy on the outside and the little polka dots on the inside of this one. We'll just change it just a little bit. Oh yes, of course, Tony. And I'll have those measurements over in my description on YouTube. And also after this live, I'll send you the link to my blog that has all these measurements. Sometimes I get tongue-tied and so it's tricky for me to say them, but when you have a visual of them, they're so much easier. Okay, so there we have our pieces just like this. Next, what we need to do, you can kind of see how I folded this over so that this DSP is now showing right here and kind of has that framing look again still. We need to attach this piece to here. So we're gonna use our seal again. This time we're gonna avoid adhesive right here next to the score line. So we're gonna put it just on the top and on the bottom. And this part that's closest to the center score of our card base, like that. And that's it. Leave this spot here completely empty because that will be coming through our circle and we don't want adhesive on there. Then just go ahead and close this one on top of it like that and it'll catch it. And we've created that awesome tunnel inside that gives that fun flip look to it. So that's how that one is. It's pretty easy. And now we just need to add our center circle and embellish it. So let's do some decorating on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and add my moon first. And we'll just put that right here, kind of center, or you can offset it if you want as well. Flip over these awesome swirly stars. This one's so cool. I did this in the Highland Heather and I just love this die. Add just a couple drops of glue to either the big star pieces or the thicker parts on here. If you use the double-sided adhesive sheets, you could die cut it out as well instead of adding the liquid glue to it after. Just up to you. Okay, let's see if that will stick. And we'll place that right there. Super cool. All right, for our cute little bat, I do like to use a glue dot for him. Just give him a little bit of pop. So I have a glue dot here. We'll pick him up. Maybe, sometimes he's hard to pick up, so I might have to use my take a pic tool. There we go, I grabbed him. And just put his center of his body on that glue dot. And peel him off. And then you can put him wherever you want. In whatever angle you want as well, like that. Okay, so now we have our cute little part that we want. And what we're gonna do is put adhesive right here on our DSP. So I'm gonna just grab a little bit of this one and add it through the hole. So I'm holding the card down and I'm gonna then line this up where I want it to be. So I want my bat to kind of look like it's flying, just like that. And because we cut this out here, it should fit in here just perfectly. However, because we have these little stars, if you have some of them that are hanging over too much, feel free to trim them if needed. All right, there we go though. That should be it. I'm gonna open it up and you can see how it flips open. Oh, I love it. So on the front and on the inside, we see them both. Super fun Halloween card. I hope you guys had a fun time learning how to make this one and give it a try. It looks scary, but it is totally worth it. All right, you guys have a great weekend. Happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.